What's up guys, welcome back here on my channel. Today guys, I'm going to show you how you have to drive at the Nordschleife, one of my favorite tracks and also one of the most dangerous tracks. So now guys, like and subscribe and enjoy this track guides. Let's go. So now guys, for the first turn I brake after the grass on the left side, brake in a straight line, then downshift in the first gear and really try to hit the apex so that I get a good line out of this corner, upshift in the second gear just for the traction, and then for the next turn I brake a little bit just for the rotation so that I get a good line into the corner. You really use all of the track on the outside and then brake after this curb there, brake in a straight line, downshift in the second gear and also use this curb so that I prepare a very good line and a good exit for this turn here, and then I really use all of the track as you can see there. And for the next upcoming turn I brake as soon as I hit this curb there, then downshift in the second gear, brake in a straight line. Unfortunately I get a lot of understeer which cost me a little bit of time and I was not able to have a tight line into the corner, but well, it's cost me 2/10 or something. It's okay for this long track. And for this turn I brake a little bit, you don't have to downshift, and for this turn you really want to try to prepare a very good exit because as you can see after this turn there is a very long straight, and well guys, you really don't want to lose any time or any speed. Then you want to hit this curb. And for the upcoming chicane you want to brake after the 50-meter board, downshift in the fourth gear and then really try to carry as much speed as you can without cutting too much so that you don't get any penalty, or yeah, you know what I mean. And for the next turn I downshift in the third gear and also try to be tight to this curb. I don't touch this curb. And for the next turn I brake after this orange barrier, downshift in the second gear and then really try to rotate the car in and then be back on power early because as you can see there's again a very long straight where you can easily go flat out to this point there. And for the upcoming turns you want to throw the car in, actually you want to dance the car. Unfortunately I get a little bit of understeer which is not ideal. And for the next turn you have to tap the brakes, downshift in the third gear and really throw the car into the corner, be back on power very early. And then for this point you want to brake in a straight line and really use all of the curb on the right side and then be back on power very early so that you get a good exit. And well guys, for the upcoming Fluke Plus you can actually go flat out, which is actually in my opinion crazy because I was only driving GT3 cars, so I never driven a Gr.4 car on the Nordschleife. I mean the Gr.4 car is not that powerful, I mean. And after this long straight you have to brake after this curb there on the left side, downshift in the third gear, try brake into the corner and then be back on power very early because as you can see there's again a very long straight and you don't want to lose any time or any speed. So now guys, for the Fuchsrohrer you want to throw the car in and brake after this curb there on the left side, downshift in the fourth gear and then you want to touch this curb there, and before you reach this point there you want to downshift in the second gear and start braking and also try to try brake into the corner and then really use all of the curb there on the right side, then just throw the car in, back on power very early, and then yeah, just have a good exit for this long straight again. It's not actually that long, but I mean it's long, but you know what I mean. And then for this turn you just have to lift off the throttle, and for this turn you want to brake after this area there, then downshift in the third gear, try brake into the corner and really use a little bit of this curb. I think this was not that ideal, but I mean it's okay. And then for the next turn you want to brake after this sign there, downshift in the second gear, try to rotate the car in without sliding because this can cost you time and also overheat the tires, which also cost you a lot of time because then you're going to understeer for this turn here, which you don't want to do. Unfortunately I was hesitating a little bit as you can see there. And for the next turn you want to dance with the car again, you want to really just be smooth on brakes so that you don't slide the car too much or lose the grip, which is sliding, I mean. And now for the next turn guys you want to brake after the curb, downshift in the third gear and also try to don't get any understeer because you want to be back on power very early, and also try to brake for before you hit the ending of this curb on the left side, and also try to get a very good exit for this straight again, which you also can go easy flat out at this point there. But after the blue point on the ground you want to brake in a straight line and I think downshift in the third gear, I'm not sure, yes I think so, and then back on power very early. Unfortunately guys, I had a big moment there which cost me a little bit of time, which is not a big deal, but I mean it was okay. And for this turn you just have to lift off the throttle a little bit. I was hesitating a little bit as you can see, so I was not that I was not really on the limit there, but it was okay. And for the next turn, you want to brake in the beginning of this curve, the downshift in the second gear, rotate the car into the corner, and unfortunately I got a little bit of understeer there and had to hesitate there. And for the carousel, you want to brake after this tree there, downshift in the second gear, and really try to not overshoot this corner, because otherwise you really lose a lot of time, because this carousel is actually one of the corners where you really can lose a lot of time or gain a lot of time. So hit it right. And for the next upcoming turns, one of my favorite turns in my opinion, yeah, you just have to get a flow so that you really don't miss any corner. And for the next turn, you want to brake after this orange point there, downshift in the third gear, and as you can see, I had a little bit of understeer because I was touching the grass, so don't touch the grass. And for the next turn, you just want to, again, just dance with the car, just lift the throttle a little bit, then brake a little bit, then throw the car in, and also be back on power very early. Then after this straight, you want to tap the brakes there and really just throw the car in for this uphill section. Then again, a downhill section. I mean, this is just very, very beautiful and also crazy, I have to say. And for the next turn, you have to brake before this ending there, because as you can see, I missed the corner, which is definitely not that ideal. Then also here again, after this curve there, you want to downshift in the third gear, really throw the car and be back on power very early without going too wide. And then for the next turn, you also want to downshift in the third gear, and then again really use all of the track you possibly can. And then now guys, for the next upcoming corners, you just have to, well, downshift in the third gear, and as soon as you hit the ground again, you want to brake and really throw the car in. I think this was not that ideal, so I have to, well, do it again, but this is how you should do it. Well, but now, after this long straight, there's a turn again, and actually, you also want to tap the brakes just slightly, so that you really, well, carry a lot of speed. And as you can see there, and after this sign there, you want to, actually before the sign, you want to brake in a straight line, downshift in third gear, and then you back on power very early. Yeah, as you can see, I was not really on the limit. And for the next turn, for the Kleinen Carousel, I brake after this graffiti on the ground, and then really use this Kleinen Carousel. And well guys, now for this turn, you want to really throw the car in and, well, get a very good exit, because after this turn here, there's the Döttinger Höhe, and as you know, it's a very, very, very long straight. So also make sure that you don't get any penalty, because then you really lose a lot of time and a lot of speed, which is definitely not, not ideal. And after this Döttinger Höhe, you want to brake, I think after the red point on the right side, then downshift into third gear, then also, yeah, try brake into the corner, and then also get a good exit out of there. I was not really using this curb, so try to use it because I think it's helpful. And now guys, this is how you should do it. It's definitely one of the most painful tracks if you make a mistake or lose any time or get a penalty, because as you can see, this is such a long track. So, well guys, I'm going to show you a lap again. Enjoy. really thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this track guide, and see you next time. And yeah guys, bye bye.